Welcome back, everyone. Ready for another deep dive?
Always.
This time we're going to tackle something pretty familiar to most people, I'd say.
Yeah.
The Christmas and holiday season.
Okay.
But we're going way beyond just, presents and carols and all that.
Right.
It's going to be really interesting to dig into the history of this whole
Definitely.
celebration. What do you say?
Let's do it. So this season that everyone knows with all the, lights and decorations and gatherings, it actually goes back, way back.
Oh, I know. Thousands of years.
Thousands of years, yeah.
It's amazing to think about.
To ancient rituals and things.
Yeah, and celebrations, really, that I think would surprise a lot of people.
Yeah, probably.
So let's go way back before, even the Roman Empire.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of Stonehenge
Of course, yeah.
or Newgrange?
Yeah.
So these are incredible structures. They're in England and Ireland.
Right.
And they're not just, some ancient architecture. They were actually designed
True.
with the winter solstice in mind.
Yeah, during the Neolithic period,
Right.
that time, the winter solstice, the shortest day of the year,
Yeah.
it was incredibly significant to those people.
Right.
And these structures, the way that they're aligned so precisely with the sunrise or sunset on the solstice,
It's incredible.
it really suggests that they had this really deep understanding of the cycles of nature
Yeah.
and that they wanted to celebrate the return of the light.
Yeah, it makes you think about all those, twinkling lights we put up on our houses these days in a whole new way. Right?
Exactly, yeah.
That we're carrying on some kind of tradition from millennia ago.
Yeah.
Just marking that darkest time of year, welcoming the sun's return.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's definitely a connection there.
Yeah. So speaking of ancient rituals, let's fast forward a little bit
Okay.
to ancient Rome
Okay.
and talk about the festival of Saturnalia.
Ooh, Saturnalia.
Saturnalia. Now that sounds like a party to me.
Yeah, it does.
Tell me more. What was it all about?
So it was actually a week-long celebration, in December, honoring Saturn,
Okay.
who was the Roman god of agriculture and time.
Okay.
And Saturnalia was this time when everything was just like totally upside down.
Wow.
Like slaves were served by their masters, everyone was feasting, there was revelry, gifts were exchanged.
So like a whole week where everything's flipped on its head?
Yes, exactly.
Kind of like the sound of it.
Yeah.
But seriously, the feasting, gift-giving, it does sound kind of familiar, right?
Yeah.
Like a lot like some of our modern holiday traditions.
Well, as Christianity spread through the Roman Empire,
Yeah.
the celebration of Christmas, which also happened to fall in December,
Yeah.
it kind of absorbed some of those Saturnalia customs.
So it's like a cultural evolution.
Yeah.
You got those ancient solstice rituals, then you got the Roman traditions, and it all kind of blends together into what we know as Christmas today.
Exactly.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Of course, Christmas today,
Right.
the holiday season that we know today, has a lot to do with, commercialism.
Oh, yeah, you can't talk about the holidays without talking about, the shopping frenzy,
Yeah.
right? Like, it seems like decorations are up earlier and earlier every year. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
It's like the season just keeps expanding.
Yeah. They call that Christmas creep.
Christmas creep.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
The holiday shopping season just stretches further and further. Like, sometimes it feels like it starts even before Halloween.
It's true. Like, I'm already hearing carols in the grocery store.
Right.
It's not in December yet.
It's crazy.
But, it's not just about Christmas anymore, is it?
No, it's not.
I mean, there's Hanukkah, Kwanzaa,
Yeah.
all sorts of holidays and traditions celebrated during this time of year.
It's true. And because of that, a growing awareness of all those celebrations,
Yeah.
especially in the U.S.,
Yeah.
the term holiday season
Right.
became more common.
Yeah, it's interesting how the language kind of reflects a broader cultural shift.
It does.
Holiday season, it encompasses so much more,
Yeah.
so many different traditions and beliefs,
It's more inclusive.
which I think is pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, definitely. And speaking of diverse celebrations, I mean,
Yes.
let's look at how different cultures celebrate the season around the world. I mean, it's amazing how many different ways
Right.
there are to mark this time of year.
Give me some examples. I want to travel the world through holiday traditions right now.
Okay, well, like in the Philippines,
Okay?
they have this beautiful tradition
Yeah.
called Simbang Gabi,
Simbang Gabi.
which is basically a series of 9 dawn masses
Whoa.
leading up to Christmas Eve.
9 days of going to church before sunrise.
Yeah,
Wow. That's some serious dedication.
it's pretty incredible.
Okay, what about other parts of the world?
Okay, how about Ireland?
Okay.
Over in Ireland, they have the Late Late Toy Show.
The Late Late Toy Show. What's that?
So it's this super popular TV program that airs in early December,
Okay.
and it showcases all the hottest toys of the year.
I can only imagine, like, kids all over Ireland just glued to their TVs
Yeah,
for the
totally.
Late Late Toy Show.
It's a big deal.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
It's amazing how many different ways there are to celebrate. It really is.
it is.
Um, but I think it's time we address something that's often kind of overlooked.
Okay.
Amidst all the festivities, all that delicious food, and those late night parties,
Yes,
it can take a toll, can it,
it can.
on our health?
Yeah, that's true. While, indulging a little bit is definitely part of the
Sure.
holiday spirit for a lot of people.
Of course.
It's important to think about the impact that all that celebrating can have
Right.
on our bodies.
It's like a little holiday reality check.
Yeah.
So what does the research say about how our health is affected during this time of year?
Well, studies have shown that on average, people tend to gain a little bit of weight during the holiday season.
Okay.
And, it might not seem like much,
Wow.
but that gain, it can build up over the years
Oh, yeah, I can see that.
if we're not careful.
Yeah, and it's not just the extra, cookies and treats.
No, it's not.
It's also the late nights, maybe increased alcohol consumption,
Yeah,
even the stress that comes with a holiday.
exactly. It all plays a role.
All of it, yeah.
And there's even research suggesting that there's a slight increase in cardiac risks during the holidays.
Really?
Yeah, probably because of things like, overeating, alcohol,
Sure.
and stress. Yeah, like our hearts they're working overtime
Oh, wow.
during this time of year.
Okay, that's a little scary to think about. But before everyone panics and cancels all their holiday plans,
Right.
let me just say, we're not saying you have to because of Scrooge.
No, not at all. The key is awareness and moderation.
Yeah.
Enjoy the holidays, have fun,
Yeah.
indulge a little, but also be mindful of your choices. It's about finding that balance.
Exactly. The holidays are a time for joy and connection.
Yes,
Not a time to, like, completely derail all your healthy habits.
definitely not.
Right. And there are ways to enjoy the season
Yeah.
while still prioritizing your well-being.
Absolutely. Like instead of, just focusing on food at gatherings,
Yeah.
try to think about the social connections and activities.
Yes, that's a good point. Shifting the focus from just overindulging to actually connecting with the people we care about.
Yeah.
And even when it comes to the food, I mean, there are ways to make healthier choices
Yeah, for sure.
without sacrificing flavor or enjoyment.
Totally. Choose lighter options, watch your portion sizes,
Right.
and don't forget to stay active, even if it's just a walk after a big meal.
Yeah, it's all about making conscious choices, really.
Exactly.
And remembering that the holidays are about so much more than just, stuff in your face.
Yeah. It's about spending time with the people you love,
Yeah,
creating those memories,
right.
celebrating the spirit of the season.
Exactly. And that brings us to another important aspect of the holidays,
Okay.
and that's the potential for stress and anxiety.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Because for a lot of people,
Yeah.
the holidays can be really, really stressful,
It's true.
right? Trying to find the perfect gifts, attending all the social gatherings,
Yeah.
trying to create those, picture-perfect holiday moments.
The pressure is on.
It's a lot. It can be really overwhelming.
It can. And for some people, the holidays can actually be a time of loneliness,
Oh, that's true.
of isolation, which can
Yeah.
be really tough.
That's a really good point. It's not all, happy and bright for everybody.
No, it's not. And that's
Yeah.
why it's so important to take care of yourself
Right.
during this time of year. Make time for things you enjoy, things that help you relax.
Yeah, like what? Give me some example.
Well, it could be anything, really, like taking a walk in nature,
Yeah.
reading a good book,
Right.
spending quiet time with loved ones, anything that helps you recharge.
Yeah, self-care, right. It's not selfish,
Exactly.
especially during the holidays.
Yeah.
It's about giving yourself the gift
Yeah,
of peace and balance
absolutely.
amidst all the craziness.
And remember, the real spirit of the holidays is
Yeah.
about connection and generosity. It's not about the stuff, the gifts,
Yeah.
the fancy decorations. It's about, building meaningful relationships
Yeah.
and just spreading kindness.
It's so easy to get caught up in all the external trappings of the holidays.
Yeah. Yeah.
And lose sight of those really simple but important values.
It's true.
Yeah.
So it's good to remember, to focus on what really matters.
Yeah.
Spending time with the people you love,
Yeah.
expressing gratitude, being compassionate to others.
Yeah. And sometimes the most meaningful gifts aren't, material things at all.
That's true.
It could be, helping someone out, words of affirmation.
Yeah, just being present.
Yeah, just being there for somebody who needs you.
Right. And those are the things that really create memories and,
Yeah.
and strengthen those bonds between people.
So, as we kind of wrap up this first part of our deep dive into the Christmas and holiday season, I just, I'd encourage everyone listening to just to take a moment
Yeah.
and reflect on your own holiday experiences.
Yeah, what are the traditions that bring you the most joy?
Yeah, how could you maybe simplify the season
Yeah.
and just focus on what truly matters to you?
Exactly. And how can you make this time of year a little brighter?
Right.
Not just for yourself, but for
Right.
the people around you.
Yeah, because ultimately, the holiday season is a reflection of our values
Yeah, it
and
is.
priorities, right?
Yeah.
It's an opportunity to create a more meaningful and fulfilling experience for ourselves and for the people we care about.
Absolutely. And that's a really powerful idea, you know?
It is. It's not just about celebrating a specific holiday.
Right.
It's about celebrating that human spirit
Yeah.
of generosity,
Yeah.
compassion, and connection.
Exactly. So as you, get ready for this upcoming holiday season,
Right.
we really encourage you to be mindful of the choices you make
Yeah.
and try to make this time of year a true reflection of your values.
Embrace the joy, the togetherness,
Yeah.
the spirit of giving.
Create a holiday season that's both festive and meaningful.
We've covered a lot of ground already in this deep dive.
We have.
I mean, we've gone from ancient solstice rituals to modern-day commercialization,
Yeah.
from traditions around the world
Yeah.
to the health impacts of all those holiday indulgences.
It's a lot to think about.
It really is. But what I hope people take away from this
Yeah.
is a renewed appreciation
Yeah.
for the deeper meaning
Yeah.
of the holiday season.
It's more than just the surface stuff.
Right. It's about celebrating those cycles of nature, the power of human connection,
Yeah.
the importance of cultivating joy and generosity in our lives.
And remembering that even as the world around us changes, the
Yeah.
true spirit of the holiday season,
Yeah.
it stays the same.
It's timeless.
It is.
So as you're, decking the halls,
Yes.
lighting the candles, gathering with your loved ones this holiday season, we hope you carry these insights with you
you do.
and create a truly meaningful and memorable experience.
Because the holidays are more than just a date on the calendar.
Right.
They're a chance to connect with what really matters
Yeah.
and to spread joy and kindness in the world.
And with that, I think that's a pretty good place to pause for now.
Yeah, definitely. We've given everyone a lot to think about.
We can't. We'll pick up our deep dive
Okay.
into the holiday season next time.
Sounds good. Looking forward to it.
But until then, everyone, happy holidays.
Happy holiday. It's like hitting the reset button on our lives,
Yeah, like a fresh start.
Exactly. And what's so cool is that at the holidays they offer this really unique opportunity
Yeah.
for personal growth
Right.
and even transformation.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a time when we can step back from all the daily routines and the craziness
Right.
and really think about what's actually important to us.
Yeah, we can shed old habits, embrace new perspectives,
Right.
even set intentions for the new year.
So it's not just about celebrating. It's like using this season as a springboard
Yes.
for positive change.
That's a great way to put it.
Right.
Yeah, and that change doesn't have to be some big, life-altering thing.
Right. It could be small.
Totally. It could be as simple as starting a gratitude practice
Yeah.
or volunteering in your community
Right.
or even just, reaching out to someone you haven't talked to in a while.
Yeah, just those small acts of kindness
Yeah.
and connection, they can make a real difference.
They really can. It's about using this special time of year
Yeah.
to cultivate more kindness and compassion,
Right.
more connection in our lives.
And that's a gift that,
Yeah.
that keeps on giving
Yeah.
long after the decorations are put away
Yeah.
and the last of the cookies are gone.
Exactly.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into the Christmas and holiday season, I hope everyone listening is feeling a sense of wonder,
Yeah, a little spark of inspiration.
Yeah, spark of inspiration
Yeah.
and a renewed appreciation for this time of year.
Yeah. May your holidays be filled with warmth and laughter.
Yes.
And just those really meaningful moments that you'll remember.
And may you carry that spirit of generosity and kindness with you
Yes.
throughout the entire year, not just during the holidays.
Well said. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Yeah, thanks everyone. We'll see you next time for another exploration into something fascinating.
Until then, keep exploring, keep questioning,
Yes.
and keep diving deep into the world around you.
And remember, the holiday season, it doesn't have to be all about stress and overindulgence.
Right.
It could be a time for reflection,
Yeah.
for reconnecting with our values,
Yeah.
and for making a positive impact on the world around us.
Absolutely. It's about hitting that reset button
Hitting the reset button, yeah, I like that.
on our lives.
Yeah, like a fresh start.
And what's fascinating is that the holidays, they offer this unique opportunity, I think, for personal growth and even like transformation.
Yeah, yeah.
You-
It's a time when we can step back from the usual routine and really think about what's important, you know?
Right, right.
Like, what do we really value?
We can let go of held habits, embrace new perspectives, even set intentions for the year ahead.
So it's not just about celebrating the season, it's about using it as a springboard
Yes.
for positive change.
That's a great way to put it.
Right.
Yeah, and that positive change, it doesn't have to be some grand gesture.
Right, right. It can be small, it can be the little things.
Absolutely. It could be like starting a gratitude practice, volunteering in your community,
Right.
maybe reaching out to someone you hadn't spoken to in a while.
Yeah.
Just those small acts of kindness and connection.
They can make a real difference.
They really can. It's about, using this time to cultivate more kindness, more compassion, more connection in our lives.
And that's a gift that keeps on giving, long after the decorations are put away.
It is. It really is.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into the Christmas and holiday season, I hope everyone listening is feeling a sense of wonder, maybe a spark of inspiration,
Yeah.
a renewed appreciation for this time of year.
May holidays be filled with warmth and laughter and those really meaningful moments that you'll cherish.
And may you carry that spirit of generosity and kindness with you all year round, not just during the holidays.
Well said.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, everyone.
Thanks for listening.
We'll see you next time for another exploration into something fascinating. Until then, keep exploring, keep questioning, keep diving deep into the world around you.
And happy holidays, everyone.
Happy holidays.